Good morning, dear students. My name is Ferhan Mazher, and today the subject we are studying is Cambridge O-Levels DMaths 4024. Today we are going to solve a paper 2. This paper 2 has 2 hours 30 minutes and it is of 100 marks. Today we have selected May-June 2020 and paper 2. This paper 2 belongs from the zone 2, or you can say the variant 2. This video contains the solution of this paper. So let's start today's video and let's start the paper. So here we go. So here we go. So the paper coming in on your screen is May-June 2020 2 paper, and this paper 2 belongs from the zone 2. The time allowed is 2 hours 30 minutes. The calculator is allowed in this paper. So let's start from the question number 1. The question number 1 is Stephen had an annual income of 21,500 in 2018. His annual income increased to $22,790 in 2019. Calculate the percentage increase. You know the old value, you know the new value. So first of all, find the increase in the income. So that will be 22,790 minus 21,500. So you will get the increase, then increase divided by the previous value or the old value or the original value, multiply 100. And that will give you the percentage increase. So let me show you my solution. So here we go. So you can see on your screen, my solution is showing up. So the increase will be 22,790 minus 21,500. That will be $12,090, $1,290. So the percentage increase will be increase divided by the original value, multiply 100. So that will be 1290 divided by 21,500, multiply 100, and that will give you 6%. So 6% is the answer. So the marking scheme is showing up on your screen. So you can see our answer is right. Okay, so let's go to the next part. And in the next part, that's the B part, he says, Stephen invests $1,260 in a bank. The bank pays simple interest at a rate of 2.5% per year. Calculate the amount Stephen has in the bank at the end of the 3 years. So at the end of the 3 years, you have to find out what is the total amount. The formula for the amount when you are working with the simple interest, the amount is equal to the principal plus the interest. And you know the simple interest is formula is PRT divided by 100, where P is the principal amount, R is the rate, T is the time. So the amount is equals to the principal plus the PRT divided by 100. And we will just put the values and we will be able to find out what will be the amount at the end of the 3 years. So here we go. The principal is $1,260. The rate is 2.5% per year. The time is 3 years. The amount at the end of 3 years is question. So the amount is equal to the principal plus the interest. So amount is equal to the principal plus PRT divided by 100. So the amount will be 1260 plus, and then we have a fraction 1260 multiplied 2.5 multiplied 3 divided by 100. And when you will enter these values in your calculator, you will get $1,354.5. $1,354.5. $1,354.5 is the right answer, sir. So we are going to the next part. And so here we go. Now we are on the C part. He says Stephen changes 4,300 Indian rupees into dollars. The exchange rate is $1 is equals to 67.8 Indian rupees. Work out how much he receives. Give your answer correct to the nearest dollar. You see, here we have to change the money from the Indian rupees to the dollars. So we use the method of proportionality. So $1 means 67.8 Indian rupees. So if you have 4,300 Indian rupees, how much dollars you will get. So I'm going to use the method of proportionality. So this is the way I do it. Dollars, Indian rupees, $1 means 67.8 Indian rupees. So 4,300 Indian rupees. So how much dollars you will get. So this will be 1 by x equals to 67.8 divided by 4,300. So cross multiply. So x will be equals to 4,300 divided by 67.8. And that will be $63.42. 63, because he said give your answer to the nearest dollar, so it will be $63. So $63 is the answer. So we can look from the marking scheme. Yeah, our answer is right. Okay, so now we are going to the next question, and that is question number 2. Question number 2, it's A part. He says the length of a rectangle is 6 centimeter more than its width. W centimeter, the parameter of the rectangle is 37 centimeter. Form an equation in W and solve it to find the width of a rectangle. So we know the width is W, the length is 6 more than the W. So the length will be W plus 6. The perimeter of the rectangle is given, that's 37. And you know the perimeter of a rectangle is you add up all the sides of the rectangle. So that will be, the perimeter will be 2 length plus 2 width, or double of the, so I'm going to the, yeah, here we go. So suppose this is that rectangle and its width is W, the length is 6 more than the W. So it will be W plus 6. The parameter is 37. You know, the parameter is 2 times the sum of the length and the width. So 2 bracket length plus width bracket close equals to 37. So 2 length is W plus 6 and the width is W. So it will become 2W plus 6 bracket around it and multiply with the 2, and that's 37. It will become 4W plus 12 equals to 37. So 4W will be equals to 37 minus 12. This 12 will go to the other side and it will subtract. So the W will be 25 by 4, and that will give you 6.25. So the width of this is 6.25. So that is question number 2. It's A part. So let's check question number 2, A part, and our answer is right. Okay. So next part is, he says it's a 3 marks question, and he says question number 2, it's B part. A rectangle 20 centimeter by 8 centimeter is cut from a rectangle 28 centimeter by 15 centimeter. Each measurement is given correct to the nearest centimeter. This is correct to the nearest centimeter. That means 1 centimeter, and you will divide 1 centimeter with the 2. You will get 0.5 centimeter. So in the length, add 0.5 centimeter, you will get the upper bound of the length. In the length, subtract 0.5, you will get the lower bound of the length. In the same way, you will do with the width. You multiply the, you add 0.5 in the width, and you will get the upper bound of the width. You subtract 0.5 from the width, you get the lower bound of the width. So I will find the upper bound, lower bound of the inner rectangle. In the same way, I will find the upper bound and the lower bound of the big rectangle. And then the question is calculate the upper bound for the area of the shaded region. So if you want to find the area of this shaded region, that will be the area of the big rectangle minus the area of the smaller rectangle. And because you want the upper bound of the area, so the big rectangle, its length and width, which you will use to find its area, you will use its upper bound. And for the smaller rectangle, you will use the lower bound. Let me show you my solution, and then it will be more clear. So on your screen is showing up. So the first thing which we have done here, and every measurement was correct to 1 centimeter. So I divide 1 centimeter with the 2, you get 0.5 centimeter. So now I will add 0.5 centimeter to get the upper bound. I will subtract 0.5 centimeter from the given measurement to get the lower bound. For example, the big length is 28 centimeter. Its upper bound will be 28.5. The lower bound will be 27.5. The big rectangle, its width is 15 centimeters. So its upper bound of that width will be 15.5 centimeter. The lower bound will be 14.5 centimeter. In the same way, the smaller rectangle, its length is 20 centimeter. Its upper bound will be 20.5 centimeter. Its lower bound will be 19.5 centimeter. In the same way, the smaller rectangle, its width will be is 8 centimeter. So its upper bound will be 8.5 centimeter and its lower bound will be 7.5 centimeter. Now I know the upper bound, lower bound of all the dimensions. The shaded area is equals to the big rectangle area minus the small rectangle area, because I want the upper bound of the shaded area. So according to this formula, because this is subtraction, so the first quantity, its upper bound will be taken, and the second quantity which is subtracted, its lower bound will be taken. So for that reason, area will be equals to, for the big rectangle, length width, area is length multiplied width. I will use its upper bounds, 28.5 multiply 15.5 minus the small rectangle. I want its lower bound for the area, so its length and width, its lower bounds will be taken. So I will take 19.5 multiply 7.5, and when you will enter these values in your calculator, you will get 295.5 centimeters square. That's the lower bound of that area. Let's check. 295.5 is the right answer, sir. So that was a 3 marks question. And okay, so question number 3 is showing up on your screen. He says a light capital L is fixed on a building 8 meters above the base B of the building. A point P is on a horizontal ground 12 meters from the B. Calculate the angle of elevation of the L from the P. So if you consider this as a rectangle, as a right angle triangle, so this, if I want to find, this is the angle of elevation. So I want to find out this angle. If I want to find out this angle, this will be my perpendicular, or you say opposite side, and this will be my base, or you say adjacent side. The ratio of the opposite side and the adjacent side, or the perpendicular and base, is called tan. So I will apply the formula. I will use the trigonometric ratio tan theta. So tan theta will be equals to the perpendicular by base, and very easily I can find the angle. So here we go. So the A part is showing up on your screen. So tan theta will be equals to 8 divided by 12, and the theta will be equals to tan inverse bracket 8 by 12 bracket close. Enter this value as it is in your calculator. So you will get tan theta will be equals 33.6. It means the angle of elevation is 33.6. So let's check the answer. 33.69, 33.7 is the right answer. So our answer is right. I have missed some decimal. So when you do this, be careful. Okay, now we are going to the question number 3. It's B part. He says a ladder is placed on the ground at Q to reach the light L. The ladder makes an angle of 70 degrees with the ground. Calculate the QL. So consider this as a right angle triangle. I know this perpendicular, or the opposite side, this angle is given, and they want me to find out the QL, which is the hypotenuse. So the ratio, the trigonometric ratio, which relates the opposite side, or the perpendicular, to the hypotenuse, that is called sine theta. So sine of 70 will be equals to the perpendicular 8 divided by hypotenuse. And from there, I will be able to find out the QL value. It's 2 marks part. So let me show you. Okay. So the QL is the question. So the sine of the 70 will be equals to 8 divided by the QL. So the QL will be equals to 8 divided by sine 70. So that will be 8.51 meter. The QL will be equals to 8.51 meter. So let's check. That's the B part. 8.51 meter is the right answer, sir. Okay, so we are going to the next part. Okay, the next part is of 2 marks, and this is the diagram basically, and they say a vertical pole RS of the length 1.6 meter is placed touching the horizontal ground. So because this is vertical and this is the horizontal, so this angle will be 90, okay? The light produces a shadow TS. This is the shadow, TS is the shadow. And of the pole of the horizontal, on the horizontal ground, the LRT LRT is a straight line and the TB is 6.5 meter. Calculate the TS. Okay, so their question is TS. You see this triangle, this small triangle, and this full triangle, they are similar to each other. The reason is this angle is common, this angle is 90, this is 90. So the two angles are same in these two triangles. So these triangles are similar. So the ratio of the SR to the BL and the ratio of the TS to the TB, they will be equals to each other. That's the property of the similar triangle. So very easily I can find out the TS. It's a 2 marks question. So let's see. I have done this. Okay. So on your screen is showing up the solution of the question number 3. It's C part. So because they are similar to each other, I told you why they are similar, because one angle is common. The angle at the T is common in both the triangles, and the angle at the S and the angle at the B both are 90 degree. So these two triangles, they have two angles same. So according to the angle similarity test, they are similar to each other. If they are similar to each other, then the ratio of their corresponding sides will be equal to each other. So the TS divided by the TB will be equals to SR divided by the BL. So the TS is the question, the TB is 6.5, SR is 1.6, and the BL is 8. So the TS will be equals to 1.6 multiplied 6.5 divided by 8, and that will be 1.3 meter. So the TS is 1.3 meter. 1.3 meter. Question number 3 is C part. The answer is right. I hope you understand. So my dear students, now we are going to the next question. The table summarizes the time M in hours that each student in a year group spent listening to music in one day. Some of the results are shown on the histogram. So this is question number 4. Okay, so the time spent on music from 0 to 1 hour, 8 students, and 1 to 1.5 hour, 10 students, 1.5 to 2 hours, P students, and 2 to 2.5 hours, 14 students, 2.5 to 3.5 hours, 23 students, 3.5 to 5 hours, 18 students, and 5 to 7 hours, 12 students. So this is question number 4 coming up on your screen. And the first question, this is that, let me reduce the size so you can see the whole thing. Okay. I hope you can see this. It's a frequency density and the time. That's a histogram. And their first question, they're asking, use the histogram to find the value of the P. It's a 1 mark question. And what is the P? P is the frequency of this class, 1.5 to 2. So 1.5 to 2 is this, its histogram is given. So if the histogram is given, P is the frequency, I can find the frequency from the histogram. Remember this, if the histogram is given to you like this one, and the area of that rectangle, which is representing the histogram for that class, the area of that rectangle is equals to the frequency of that class. So from 1.5 to 2, this is that rectangle which is representing its histogram, and its area will be equal to its frequency, and that is equals to the P. So I can find the area of this rectangle. This is going up to 30, so its length is 30. And what is its width? It's from 1.5 to 2, so its width is 0.5. So find its area, that's length into width. That will be 0.5 multiplied 30. And that area will be equals to the frequency of this class. So, so let me show you. I have done this calculation. So let me show you. Okay. So question number 4A is first part, the area, the P value, which is the frequency of that class, that will be equals to the area of that rectangle. And that is 0.5 into 30, so 15. So the answer is 15. So the answer is 15. So answer is 15. So our answer is right. Okay, now the next question is complete the histogram. So we have to complete the histogram from 0 to 1, and from 1 to 1.5, and from 1.5 to 2, the histograms are already there. So the rest of the classes, I have to make the histogram for this class, for this class, for this class, for this class. So I will need to find out the frequency density of the each class, and the frequency density is equals to the frequency of that class divided by the class width. So that's the formula which we use. Frequency density is equals to the frequency divided by the class width. So let me show you. I have done this for all the classes so you can have a good understanding. And I have done for all the classes, even for those classes which have already been done. So for the first class, the frequency divided by class width, it will be 8 divided by 1, and that will be 8. The frequency density for the second class, its frequency is 10, and its class width is 0.5, so it will be 20. The frequency density for the third class is, its frequency is 15, and its class width is 0.5. So it will be 30, and the frequency density for the fourth class will be 14 divided by 0.5, and that will be 28. And the frequency density for the fifth class will be 23 by 1, and that will be 23. And frequency density will be for the sixth class will be 18 divided by 1.5, and that will be 12. And the frequency density for the last class will be its frequency divided by its class width, and that will be 12 divided by 2, and that will be 6. So now I know the frequency densities of all the classes. So on that x-axis, we have the classes, and on the y-axis, we have the frequency, so frequency density. So these are the frequency densities which I have to represent. They're 28, 23, 12, and 6. So I will show that, and here we go. So let me reduce the size so you can see the question. I think I have to further. Okay, so here you can see I have represented from 2 to 2.5, it has gone up to 28. From 2.5 to 3.5, it has gone up to 20. That is how much? That's 23. And from 3.5 to 5, it has gone up to 12. And from 5 to 7, it has gone up to 6. So these are the frequency densities and the classes. I know the classes. The classes, you can see these are the classes, and I have made those rectangles. So I have completed that histogram. Hopefully you understand. And let's go to the next part. The next part is, he says, it's a different question now. So their question is, the table summarizes the time in CRs that each student in a group of 50 students spent cooking in 1 week. So from 0 to 2 hours, 8 frequency, 2 to 4 hours, 16 frequency, 4 to 6 hours, 15 frequency, 6 to 8 hours, 7 frequency, 8 to 10 hours, 4 frequency. He says calculate an estimate of the mean time spent cooking. Because here you see this data, here we have the classes, so I will find the mid value of these classes. And how you find the mid value? You add these boundaries, and whatever is the sum, you divide it with the 2, you get the mid value. That is called x. You multiply the mid value with the frequency, you get fx. The mean is summation fx divided by summation f. Very simple, straightforward question. Let me show you the solution. So I have found the mid values of all those classes, and I told you how you find the mid value. You add the 2 boundaries of that class with each other, and whatever is the answer, whatever is the sum, you divide it with the 2. So here are their mid values 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Here are their frequencies. This is called x, this is called f. When you multiply f and x, you get fx. So I multiply these 2, okay? So you get these numbers. So the mean is summation fx divided by summation f. So you add up all the fx, that will give you the summation fx. You add up all the frequencies, that will give you summation f. So it is 216 divided by 50, so that will be 4.32. So the mean value is 4.32. So let's check the answer. So this is correct histogram. We have drawn that, and 4.32 is the right answer, sir. Okay. So in the next part, he says, draw the cumulative frequency diagram. So for this table, okay, whenever you draw the cumulative frequency diagram, first of all, I need to find out the cumulative frequency for each class. Cumulative frequency is called CF, cumulative frequency. The first frequency is written as it is. The next frequency is added into this previous frequency. You get the cumulative, and then in this cumulative, you'll add the next frequency. In that cumulative, I add the next frequency, and this is how you find the cumulative frequency for each class. And when you want to plot them for the cumulative frequency curve, these cumulative frequency is on the y-axis, and on the x-axis, we we have these classes, and the dot of the cumulative frequency is always put on the upper bound. These are these upper bounds, upper bound, upper bound, upper bound. Okay. So let me show you. This is very important. Okay. So the upper bound for the let me show you. I will show you. So here you see I have so for example for at 2 I will put 8. So at 2 I will put 8, and for let me take out the calculator if I have, but I will. Okay, so 8 plus 16, that will be 24. At 4 I will put a dot of 24. At 4 I will put a dot of 24, and in that 24 I will add 15, and that will make it 39. So at 6 I will put a dot of 39. At 6 I will put a dot of 39, and then in 39 I will add the 7, so that will give you 46. So at 8 I will put a dot of 46. At 8 I will put a dot of 46, and at then 46 at 4 you get 50. At 10 you will put a dot of 50. At 10 I will put a dot of 50. Then I will join them with the curve, and this is the cumulative frequency diagram. I hope you understand how I have found that. Then they asked me a question that after drawing this, that was a 3 marks question. It says use the cumulative frequency diagram to find an estimate of the median. So if you want to find out the median, it's a 1 mark question. First of the total cumulative here is 50. So find the 50% of the cumulative, and that will be 50 by 100 into 50, that's 25. Then check that frequency on the y-axis. From that, go to your cumulative frequency curve. When you intersect the cumulative frequency curve, check under that point what is the x value. That will be 4.1. If by mistake this line is not vertical, it has little tilted. So it is basically 4.1. So it will be 4.1. So your answer is 4.1. The median is 4.1. It says 4 to 4.2. So our answer is right. So that was your question number 4. I hope you understand. And the next question we are going to solve is question number 5. That question is about the simultaneous equations. So question number 5 of this paper, he says solve these simultaneous equations and show your working. So here we have 2x minus 4y equals to 11, 3x plus 3y equals to minus 6. So suppose I'm going to use the elimination method, and I will make the coefficients of the y same. For that purpose, I will multiply the first equation with the 3 and the second equation with the 4, and then I will multiply these two equations with each other. So let me show you my solution, how this is done. This is simultaneous equation, and this is from the D2, and so D2, and this is chapter number 2 of the D2, the book which we are using to practice the mathematics. So you see here, first of all, I will multiply this equation with the 3 and this equation with the 4, and I will add them because this is negative, this is positive. So the y will be automatically eliminated. So 3 bracket 2x minus 4y plus 4 bracket 3x plus 3y bracket close equals to 3 into 11 plus 4 into minus 6. This will become 6x minus 12y plus 12x plus 12y equals to 33 minus 24. Plus 12y minus 12y, they will be cancelled. So 6x plus 12x is 18x equals to 33 minus 24, that will be 9. So x will be equals to 9 divided by 18, and that will be 1 by 2. So the next thing they ask us is, now I have the value of the x, that is 1 by 2. I will put that value into the first equation. The first equation is 2x minus 4y equals to 11, and 2 into 1 by 2, and then minus 4y equals to 11. 2 will be cancelled. So you will have 1 minus 4y equals to 11, and minus 4y will be equals to 11 minus 1, and the minus y will be equals to 10 by 4, and y will be equals to minus 10 by 4, and that will be minus 5 by 2, which means minus 2 whole 1 by 2. This means 0.5, and this means minus 2.5. Let's check our answers. So you can see here, and 0.5 and minus 2.5 are the answers. So our answers are right. So that was a 4-mark question. You see, simultaneous is very important. Okay, then we have a 4-mark question again. He says solve the equation. That's the question number 5. It's B part. Solve the equation 2x squared equals to 3 bracket 8 minus x and bracket close. Show all your working and give your answers correct to 2 decimal places. So we will open this and we will make the standard quadratic form, and then I will apply the quadratic formula. So here we go. 2x squared is equals to 3 bracket 8 minus x bracket close. 2x squared will be equals to 24 minus 3x. So 2x squared plus 3x minus 24 will be equals to 0. Now the coefficient of the x squared is 2, the coefficient of the x is 3, the constant is minus 24. I will apply the quadratic formula, and the quadratic formula is x is equals to minus b plus minus square root under the radical is b squared minus 4ac, and then we have divide by 2a. So enter the values. So minus 3 plus minus the square root under the radical, we have 3 squared minus 4 into 2 into minus 24, and divided by 2 into 2. So minus 3 plus minus under the radical, it will become 201, and when you divided by 4, so there are 2 options. One is minus 3 plus square root of 201 divided by 4, and the other one is x is equals to minus 3 minus under root 201 divided by 4. So just enter these values in your calculator. In your calculator, you will write minus 3 plus square root of the 201 equals to divided by 4 equals to, you get 2.79. In the same way, in your calculator, you will enter minus 3 minus square root of 201 equals to divided by 4 equals to, you will get minus 4.29. So these are the two values. Hopefully you understand. So this is how this question is done. This is question number 5. It's a B part. So these are the two values, 2.79 and minus 4.29. Our answers are same. Okay, so our answers are right. So that was question number 5, and it's B part. Now we are on the question number 5. It's a C part. H is inversely proportional to the cube of the G. So inversely proportional to the cube of G. So H proportional 1 by G raised to power 3. He says H is 4.5 and G is 2. Find the formula for the H in terms of G. So very simple. Let me show you how this is done. So H proportional to 1 by G cube, and the H is, when you remove the proportional sign, you introduce a constant here, and the constant here is K. So H is equals to K by G cube. Put the values. H is 4.5, G is 2. So 4.5 is equals to K by 2 cube. So 4.5 equals to K by 8. So K will be equals to 4.5 multiply 8, and that will give you 36. So the K value is 36. So the formula will become H is equals to 36 by G cube. 36 by G cube. So you can see here, this answer is right. Okay. So now we are going to the next part, and the next part he says, find the value of the G when the H is 32 by 3. Okay. Now the next question is find the value of the G when the H is 32 by 3. So H is equal to 36 by G cube. H is 32 by 3 equals to 36 by G cube. So cross multiply. So the G cube will be equals to 36 multiplied 3 divided by 32. So the G cube will become 9 into 3 divided by 8, and that will be 27 by 8. Take the cube root on both the sides because I want the value of the G, and the G has a cube on it. To get rid of that cube, I will take the cube root on both the sides. So when I will take the cube root on both the sides, so the G will be equals to 3 by 2. The cube root of 27 is 3, and the cube root of the 8 is 2. You can do this on your calculator also. So the 3 by 2, that's 1.5. So this is how this is done. Hopefully you understand. That's question number 5C, second part. So 1.5 is the right answer, sir. Okay, so the next question is question number 6. It's A part. He says 5, 2, 4, 6, 3. Two of these cards are chosen at random. They are placed next to each other to give a 2-digit number. Find the probability that 2-digit number is less than 30. So I will put these two cards with each other, and I will make 2-digit numbers. So let me show you. First of all, I will write down the sample space, how many numbers they are possible. So it will be, when you put them together, the possibilities are you will get 23, 24, 25, 26, 32, 34, 35, 36, 42, 43, 45, 46, 52, 53, 54, 56, 62, 63, 64, 65. So basically there are 20 members in this sample space. There are 20 possibilities. So their question is probability of getting a number which is less than 30. So less than 30, how many there are? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are only 4 numbers who are less than 30. So probability of getting a number, 2-digit number, which is less than 30, that will be 4 by 20, and that will be 1 by 5. 4 by 20, when you simplify it, it becomes 1 by 5. So that is question number 6. It's A part. 1 by 5 is the right answer, sir. Okay, we are going to next part. He says list all the possible 2-digit numbers that are prime. So it's a 2-mark question. So from this list, I have to take out the prime numbers, and the prime numbers are in this list 23, 43, and 53. 23, 43, 53, these are the prime numbers. 23, 43, 53 is the right answer, sir. Okay, then their question is find the probability that the 2-digit number is a multiple of 4. So I'm looking for that number which is a multiple of 4. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 numbers. So there are 6 numbers which are multiple of 4. So it will be 6 by 20. So that will be 3 by 10. So this is the list of those numbers which are multiple of 4. So 6 by 20. That is right answer, sir. That is question number 6. It's A part. Now we are going to the next question. That is the question number. I have to reduce the size so you can see this whole thing. Rowan throws a dice, 200 times. The bar chart shows his results. So when you throw a dice, the possibilities are you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So he threw the dice 200 times. So he noted down how many times he got 1, how many times he got 2, how many times he got 3, how many times he got 4, how many times he got 5, how many times he got 6. So this is that histogram bar chart which is showing those numbers. So the 1 is how many times? I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 46 times. So 2 is how many times? 31 times. 3 is how many times? 28 times. 4 is how many times? It's 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 times. 5 is how many times? 22 times. 6 is how many times? 38 times. We have to complete this table. So the first question they ask you, use the bar chart to complete the table results. I just told you how much is the frequency of each class. So you can complete the chart. So for 1, it's 46. For 2, it is 31. For 3, the frequency is 28. For 4, it's 35. For 5, the frequency is 22. For 6, the frequency is 38. So hopefully this is the last one, 28, 35, 32, 38. So let me show you. 35, 22, 38. 35, 22, 38. So our answer is right, sir. Then he says use Rowan's result, find the relative frequency that he threw a number less than 3. Threw a number less than 3, threw a number less than 3. This is 3, this is 4, 5, 6. So less than 3 are these 2 and 1. So add up their frequencies. So it will become 77. So out of 277 times that happened, so that's the 77 by 200. 77 by 200. 77 by 200 is the right answer. 77 by 200. Then he says, Rowan says that the dice he has thrown is not a fair dice. Make the two comments to explain why the dice may not be fair. You see, it's a quite a large sample. You have thrown the dice. It's not just you have thrown the dice once or twice or 10 times. No, you have thrown the dice 200 times. So it's quite a large sample. And because the sample is large, if this is a fair dice, then the frequency of each number must be same. The frequency of each number is not same. For example, 1 comes out of 46 times, but the 6 comes only 38 times, and the 5 comes out only 222 times. So this do not look like fair. If it is fair, then their frequency should be same for all the numbers. So let me show you. I have written the answer. I tried to wrote the answer. Sample is large. It means the sample is quite large, but the frequency of each number is not same. So let me show you from the marking scheme what they say, large sample. And so, but the frequencies are different. They're really, so their frequencies are not same. You see, he has written in the terms of the relative frequencies, probabilities. Okay, so hopefully you understand. Okay, so we are going to the next question. The next question coming up on your screen is question number 7. A part, he says the table shows some values for the y is equals to 4 raised to power x. And some of the values are already filled in this table and some values I have to fill. How you will add this in your calculator, you will write 4 raised to power 0 equals to, you get this value. Then 4 raised to power 0.5 equals to, you get this value. So we have to complete this table, and let me show you. So when you will enter these values, these are the two numbers which you will get. So hopefully you can see this, and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 is the right answer, sir. Then they complete the table. We are done with that. Then he says, draw this graph. So the x-axis is already there. The y-axis is here. And we just have to plot these values. And so we will plot these values. Let me reduce this. So at 0, the value will be 1. At 0, the value will be 1. I will put this dot. At 0.5, the value will be 2. At 0.5, the value will be 2. I will put this dot. And at 1, the value will be 4. At 1, the value will be 4. I will put this dot. So let me increase the size so you can understand it. So at 1.5, it is 8. At 1.5, it will be 8. I'll put this dot. At 2, it will be 16. So at 2, it will be 16. I'll put this dot. And at 2.5, it will be 32. At 2.5, it will be 32. So I will put this dot, that is 32. And at 3, it will be 64. At 3, I will put 64. 64 is this dot. So you can see, so then I will join these dots with a smooth curve. And this is the graph. Hopefully you understand. Okay, so the next thing they are asking is, they say, by drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient of the curve when the x is equals to 2. Okay, so at x equals to 2, I will draw tangent. You can see this red line, that's the tangent. And tangent is a line which touch the graph only at that point. So you can see this red line, this is the tangent to that curve at x equals to 2. And if you want to find out the gradient, I will take 2 points. For example, I take this point and this point. This point is 3, 20, 13, 38, and this point, which is 1.5, 5, and I will use it to find out the gradient. So you know the gradient of this straight line will be y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So it will be 38 minus 5 and divided by, and downstairs you will write 3 minus 1.5. So it's 33, and 33 divided by 1.5, and that will be 22. So the gradient of this tangent will be 22. So the gradient of that curve is also 22. So so we will have the gradient of the tangent is 22. The gradient of this line is also 22. So let's check. It says the gradient will be from 18 to 27. So our answer is right. Hopefully you understand that how I have drawn this tangent and how we have found the gradient of the tangent, and whatever is the gradient of the tangent, that is the gradient of the curve at x equals to 2. Then their question is the solution of the equation 3 into 4 raised to power x plus ax plus b is equal to 0 can be found from the point of intersection of the y equals to 4 raised to power x and the y equals to 20x minus 12. Find the values of the a and b, because that point is the intersection of this curve and this line. So make their equation equal to each other. So we will write 4 raised to power x is equals to 20x minus 12. And I will make this shape and I will be able to tell. So here we go. Okay, so here we go, and this is the curve, this is the line. So I will make their equations equal to each other. Baba. Yeah. So 4 raised to power x is equals to 20x minus 12. So 4 raised to power x will be minus 20x plus 12 equals to 0, because the equation which he gave us, that they have 3 with the 4 raised to power x. So I will multiply both the sides with the 3. So now you can see here I multiplied with the 3 on both the sides. So you will have 3 into 4 raised to power x minus 60x plus 36 equals to 0. So now I will compare it with the 3 into 4 raised to power x minus ax plus b. So it means a is 60 and the b is 36. So the a is 60 and the b is 36. Hopefully you can see the solution of this equation is showing up on your screen. It's a very famous concept. On this concept, whenever you will have a question on the graph, this concept is tested. And the point of intersection of a line and a curve, and by making the equation of line and curve equal to each other, you make a new equation. So our answer is right. By drawing the line y is equals to 20x minus 12 on the grid opposite, find all the solutions of the this equation. Okay, so that curve is already drawn there. So I will I will draw that line. Y is equals to, what is that equation? Y is equals to 20x minus 12. So I will draw that line. So let me show you. I have drawn that. So you can see here, let me reduce the size further. Yeah. So we have drawn that line here. That's a straight line. Simply make a table and put 2, 3 values of the x in that equation, and you will find the y values, then plot them. And this red line represent that line, y equals to 20x minus 12. So when this red line cuts your curve, cutting your curve at 2 places, check what is the value of the x there. The value of the x here is, I think, 0. I think it's 0.75 something. And here it is 2.7, I think, 2.7. Yes, 2.7. So let me show you. I've written the answers here. 2.7, 0.75, and 2.7. These are the values we think. 0.7 to 0.8. So our answer is right. 2.65 to 2.75. So our answers are right. So these are the two x values. So that is the solution of that equation. Now, the next question coming up on your screen is a 3-mark question. They want you to find out the value of the p and the q. He says, here is a sketch of the graph of the quadratic function. It's a sad face. Its x-intercepts are given, -2 and 4. Its y-intercept is also given. Their question is, the curve has a maximum point. This is also called a turning point. Its coordinates are p, q. Find the value of the p and find the value of the q. So first of all, I will make that equation, and then I will be able to find out the p and the q value. So so the x-intercepts is -2 and 4. So x is equals to -2. So x plus 2 is equals to 0. X equals to 4. So it means x minus 4 is equal to 0. Because it's a sad face, so you multiply these two with each other. So the equation of that parabola or that quadratic function is y equals to minus. Why I put a minus outside? Because it's a sad face. X plus 2 into x minus 4. So if this is, if you remember this concept, if you know the coordinates of the turning point, then the y will be equals to minus bracket x minus p whole square plus q. If you know the coordinates of the turning point, that is the main question to us. Okay, so I'm going to use this equation. I'm going to put the x in y-intercept in it. Y-intercept means the point through which this line is passing is 0, 8. And in the place of x, I will put 0, and in the place of y, I will put 8. So you will have 8 equals to minus bracket 0 minus p bracket close whole square plus q. So it will be 8 is equals to minus p square plus q. That is first equation. Well, then I know I will put one x-intercept in that equation. The equation is this one. Y is equals to minus bracket x minus p bracket close whole square plus q. So in the place of x, I will put -2, and in the place of y, I will put 0. So you will have 0 equals to minus bracket -2 minus p bracket close whole square plus q. So when I will open it, it will be 0 equals to minus bracket 4 plus 4p plus p square. I've taken out the whole square. I've opened the whole square. So plus q, so 0 is equals to -4 minus 4p minus p square plus q. And so that means p square plus 4p minus q equals to -4. So that's my second equation. So from the second equation, from my first equation, which is 8 plus p square equals to q, and I will put that in this this equation, the second equation. And so I will have p square plus 4p minus 8 bracket 8 plus p square bracket close equals to -4. So it will be p square plus 4p minus 8 minus p square equals to -4. So p square will be cancelled. 4p equals to -4 plus 8. So 4p equals to 4, and p is equals to 4 by 4, and p is equals to 1. So now I know the value of the P. I will put in my third equation. So 8 plus 1 square equals to Q. So 8 plus 1 equals to Q, and Q will be equals to 9. So that is how this is done. So let me show you. That's one method. I will show you another method, which will be relatively easy, hopefully. So that's the method number one. I hope you can understand a little bit. This is the method number two, which is very easy. We know the x-intercepts, and that's they are -2 and 4. So add them up and divide with the 2, you will get the x of the turning point. If you know the x-intercepts, you can find the x of the turning point. So that will be the x-intercepts, their sum divided by 2. So -2 plus 4 divided by 2. And that will be 2 by 2, and that will be 1. So now I know the x of the turning point, and then I made that equation. That equation was y equals to minus bracket x plus 2 into a bracket x minus 4. In the place of x, substitute 1, and you will get y equals to minus bracket 1 plus 2 bracket close bracket start 1 minus 4 bracket close. So y is equals to minus bracket 3 bracket close bracket start minus 3 bracket close. So y will be 9. So the coordinates of the turning point are 1, 9. So the p value will be 1 and the q value will be 9. This is the second method to solve that. Remember, that's a sad face. That graph which we are working on is a sad face. So the equation has a negative outside. So this is x, its intercept, x, its intercept. I made that equation here, you see, and I use this equation in my second method. The second method here. It's a little tricky. This is chapter number 1 from the D3. It's first 1A exercise and 1E exercise. That's the concept. The book which we use to study is D3, New Syllabus Mathematics 7th edition. The topic of completing the square. So our answers are right, sir. Okay, so here we go to the next question. The next question coming up on your screen is question number, hopefully 8. He says, a birthday cake is in the shape of a cylinder. There are 2 layers of the cake and 1 layer of icing. Each layer of cake has a radius of 10 centimeter and height 3 centimeter. The icing between the 2 layers of cake has a radius of 10 centimeter and a height of 12 millimeter. Calculate the volume of the icing in the birthday cake, giving your answer in the form of centimeter, in a centimeter cube. Okay. The radius of the icing is also in the shape of a cylinder. Its height is 12 millimeter, which means 1.2 centimeter. Its radius is 10 centimeters. So I can find the volume of the icing. The volume is, the volume is pi r square h, and just put the values there. Pi into 10 square into 1.2, you get 377 centimeter cube. 377 centimeter cube is the right answer, sir. Okay. The next question is, the top and the curved surface of the birthday cake are now covered with the chocolate. Calculate the area of the birthday cake. That's 3 marks question. Birthday cake that is covered with the chocolate. So sides and the top. The volume of the walls and the surface area of the walls is 2 pi r h, and the top's area is pi r square. So area which is to be covered with the chocolate, that will be 2 pi r h plus pi r square. Simply put the values. 2 pi, the radius is 10, the height of the cake is 7.2 centimeter, plus pi r square, that's pi into 10 square. So you just enter these values, you get 766.55 centimeter square. So our answers are right. He says Anil has slice of this chocolate covered birthday cake The slice is a prism of height 7.5 centimeter. The top of the cake is a sector, radius 10.3 centimeter, and angle x degree. The volume of his slice is 200 centimeter cube. Calculate the value of the x. It's a 3 marks question. We want to find out, this is a prism, and this top is its base of the prism. So the volume of the prism is equals to the base area of the prism multiply height of the prism. And this is in the shape of a sector, so its area will be theta by 360 pi r square. And the height of the prism is 7.5. So very simple. Volume already is given to us. And the volume is equals to the area of the base of the prism multiply height of the prism. So the volume is 200 centimeter cube. The area of the base is theta by 360 pi r square into the height of the prism. So 200 is equals to x by 360 pi into 10.3 square multiply 7.5. So x will be equals to 200 multiply 360 divided by pi divided by 10.3 square divided by 7.5 equals to, that is what you enter in your calculator. So you will get 28.8 degrees. So the x value will be 28.8 degrees. So our answer is right. It's a 4-mark question. So the next question coming up on your screen is question number 9. It's A part. Here we have two parallel lines, and this is a transverse line. This is a transverse line. These two sides, they are equal to each other. This angle is 126. They want us to find out the FMN. This is that angle which they want us to find out. From here, I can find this angle. Then this is an isotriangle. This is alpha. This is alpha. So 180 minus 126, you get this. And then you will get alpha plus this angle equals to 180. From there, you get the value of the alpha. If this is alpha, this will be alpha because they are alternate to each other. Very easy. This is a simple strategy. How you will do this? Okay, so this is what they want us to do. So what is this? ABD. So I think so the strategy is very simple. I will find out this angle. This is a straight line. These are the two adjacent angles on a straight line. The sum will be 180. So 180 minus 126, you will get the MLN. Once you know this angle, because this side, they are equal, that's given. So it's an isotriangle. So these two angles will be equal to each other. They are the base angles of an isotriangle. So alpha plus this angle will be 180. Once I know this angle, then these two angles, they will be alternate to each other. That's the simple strategy. So let's look at here. FMN is question. MLN plus 126 equals to 180 because the sum of the adjacent angles on a straight line. So MLN will be equals to 180 minus 126, and that will be 54. So now I know this is 54. So alpha plus 54 will be 180. It's an isotriangle. So 2 alpha is equals to 180 minus 54. So 2 alpha will be equals to 126. So alpha will be 126 divided by 2, and that is 63. So now I know this angle is 63. This is 63. This is 63. This angle and this angle, they are equal to each other because they are alternate angles of the So the FMN angle will be equals to the M and L. The reason is they are alternate angles. So the angle FMN is equal to 63 degrees. So this is how you do this. Okay, so we are on the question number 9. So that was a 4-mark question. So we are done with that question. So question number 9 is B part. Here we have a circle property, a circle, and they want us to find out. Their question is, he says, A, B, C, and D are the points on the circumference of a circle. Center O, B, D, and the AC intersect at E, and BC is a diameter of the circle. ACD is X degrees, and the DOC is Y degree. Find an expression in terms of X and of Y for DBC. So they want DBC. Okay. So DBC is question. DC is the chord. So the angle subtended at the center by this chord is Y. The angle subtended at the circumference is question. DC is the chord, you see. So this angle at the center is 2 times the angle at the circumference. So the 2 times the DBC is equals to Y. So the DBC will be Y by 2. So the DBC will be equals to the Y by 2. The reason is angle at the center is 2 times angle at the circumference. So this angle here, that will be Y by 2. Okay. Now the next question is find the ABD. ABD. Okay. If you look at this AD chord, the AD chord went to the circumference at C. The AD chord on the circumference is equals to the B. So this angle and this angle here, they are equal to each other. We call it the angle in the same segment. Angle in the same segment. So the ABD will be equals to, so I have to go to, so the ABD is question. So the ABD will be equals to the X because the angles in the same segment. This angle and this angle, they are angles in the same segment because they both are coming from the AD. Angles in the same segment. Okay. Their next question is AED. AED. They want me to find out this angle. Okay. You know this angle is 90. I know this angle. That is how much? X. So I can find out this angle. And then I will be able to find out this angle AED. Very simple strategy. AED will be AEB plus 90 plus X equals to 180. So the AEB will be equals to 180 minus X minus 90. So the AEB is equals to 90 minus X. So then I will find out the AED will be equals to 180 minus AEB, and that will be equals to 180 minus 90 minus X. And that is 180 minus 90 plus X. So that will be 90 plus X. Hope you understand this strategy. Let me show you again. This angle was X. This angle is 90. So this angle will be 180 minus 90 minus X. So once I know this angle, then I can find this angle because this is a straight line. If I know this, I can find this. So this is the strategy on which we found that angle. Then the question is find out the BDA. They want me to find out the BDA. BDA. Okay. They want me to find out BDA, this angle. So, you know, whatever is this angle, same will be this angles. They are coming from the chord AB, this angle and this angle, they will be same. So this is an isotriangle. Try to understand. So I will find out this angle and this angle, and then from this whole angle, I subtract the x, I will get this angle. Whatever will be this angle, same will be this angle, because the other angles in the same segment. It's a little heavy question. So the BDA is question. First of all, in the triangle ABC, I will find out the BCA plus BAC plus ABC is equals to 180. BCA plus 90 plus x plus y by 2 equals to 180. So the BCA will be equals to 180 minus 90 minus x minus y by 2. So BCA will be equals to 90 minus x minus y by 2. So if you have that diagram in front of you, then you can understand these angles. BDA angle and BCA angle, they are angles in the same segment, so they will be equals to each other. So the BDA angle will be equals to 90 minus x minus y by 2. Very tricky. Tricky because the numbers are not involved. Otherwise, if the numbers are involved, then it becomes very easy. Plus, if you have your hard copy in front of you, then it can be done easily. So where are the our answer right? A part, where is the A part? I think we missed something. There is some question there on the, yeah, we are going right. We have done 9A, we have done 9B. So in the marking scheme, okay. The A part answers, the B part answers. Okay, I got confused. Okay, I thought we have missed something. Okay, so we are on the question number 10. He says the ABCDE is a rectangular based pyramid. AC and BD intersect at F, and EF is perpendicular to FC, and the AD is 10, and the BC is 6, and the EC is 12. Show that the EF is equals to correct 10.5 centimeter correct to 1 decimal place. So this question is of how much marks? 4 marks. Try to understand the strategy. So first of all, I will find AC by applying the Pythagoras theorem. Then I will find the FC by dividing the AC value with the 2. Then I will apply the Pythagoras on the EFC triangle, and I will find out EF. That's the strategy how this is done. It's a 4-mark question. So the AC square is equals to AD square plus the DC square. AC square will be 10 square plus 6 square. So the AC is square root of the 136. So AC will be 11.66 centimeter. F3 will be half of the AC. So that will be 11.66 divided by 2, and that will be 5.83. Once I know the FC value, then I will try to find out the value of the EF by applying the Pythagoras. So FE square plus FC square will be equals to EC square. So the FE square plus 5.83 square equals to 12 square. So FE square will be equals to 12 square minus 5.83 square. And FE square will be 110.011. FE will be 10.49. So FE will be 10.5. FE will be 10.5. So hopefully you can see this whole question. That was a 4-mark question. Then he says find the volume of the pyramid. Volume of the pyramid is very simple. 1/3 into base area into the height. So volume will be 1 by 3 into 10 multiplied 6 into 10.5. So that will be 210 centimeter cube. Easy peasy. Okay. The next question is calculate the angle DEC. And they want to find out DEC. It's a triangle. This is 12, this is 12, this is 6. So I know the three sides of this triangle. I want to find out the angle DEC. I can apply the law of cosine. And I will find that that. Baba. Okay, so we will apply the law of the cosine, and the law of cosine is cos of the DEC angle will be DE square plus CE square minus DC square, and the whole thing divided by 2 divided by DE divided by CE. That's the formula for the law of cosine to find out the angle. So the cos of the DEC will be equals to the 12 square plus 12 square minus 6 square, and divided by 2 divided by 12 divided by 12. And so cos of the DEC will be equals to the 0.875. So the DEC angle will be cos inverse of the 0.875. So DEC will be 28.96. In your calculator, you will write shift cos 0.875 equals to, you get 28.96. So hopefully you understand 28 point, so approximately 29. Okay, now the next question is what they want us to find out is the area of the triangle DEC. We know the two sides of that triangle, and I know the angle between them now, that's 28.96. So the area of the triangle DEC will be 1 by 2 into 12 into 12 into sine of the 28.96. And that will be 34.9 centimeters square. So the area of the triangle will be 34.9 centimeters square. So let's check the marking scheme. Yeah, our answer is right. Okay, so we are on the question number 11, and here we have triangle A, we have triangle C, we have triangle B here. Describe fully the single transformation that maps the triangle A onto triangle B. You can see this this A and B, the triangle has flipped. So that means it's reflection. And how you find the reflection, the line of the reflection? The line of the reflection is basically you join these 2 points, which are same, and you draw their perpendicular bisector. So if I join these 2 points, draw the perpendicular bisector, it will be a line here, horizontal line, and that will be y equals to -1. So it's a reflection in the line y equals to -1. You join the 2 points, you draw the line of perpendicular bisector. Same points in the reflection. Okay, then their question is triangle A is mapped onto triangle C by the single transformation H. Find the matrix representing the H. You see the C, A went on to C. So it's kind of rotation. So there can be two things. If you remember, what is the formula, what is the matrix for the rotation about the origin of 90-degree anti-clockwise? So you can write that matrix. If you don't remember, then we have this method. I will take 2 points from the object and I will take 2 same points in the image. And let's learn this technique. So transformation matrix multiply the object that is equals to the image, and transformation matrix. So I will take 2 points on an object that is 3, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2. I will take the image of the same points, and that is from the figure C. That's -2, 3, -2, and 4. I want to find out the transformation matrix, so I will bring this. I will take this matrix to the other side. Here when you bring it here, it will become the inverse of this matrix. So the inverse of this matrix, because this is on the second position, will be written on the second position here. And it's equals to, let's say its name is A. So it will be 1 by A determinant into the adjoint of the A. So its determinant is 6 minus 8, that's minus 1 by 2. So I've written here 1 by minus 2. So minus 2, I mean. 1 by minus 2. 1 by A determinant and this matrix. And the adjoint of this, I will change the position of these two. And I will change the sign of these two. So 2, 3, minus 4, minus 2. So then this is written as it is. I will multiply these two matrices with each other. So when I will multiply these two matrices with each other, I will take a row from here. I will take a column from here. This first row will multiply with the first column. Then this first row will multiply with the second column. So their answers are written here. So it will become minus 4 plus 4. And this will become, when you multiply this with this, you become 8 minus 6. Then this second row will multiply with these columns. This will multiply with this. You get 6 minus 8. Then this multiply with the second column. You get minus 12 plus 12. So this is 0, 2, minus 2, and 0. Then I will divide them with the minus 1 by 2. I will multiply, this will multiply with all of them. You get 0, minus 1, 1, and 0. So this is the matrix. So hopefully you understand this technique. You must have learned this technique. There are two methods. One, you should remember what is the matrix that represents 90-degree anti-clockwise rotation about the origin. And otherwise, you can do this technique and you can find that transformation matrix. We take 2 points from the object. We take 2 points, same points in the image. And we apply this method. So it's 0, minus 1, 1, 0. That's the matrix. Let's check first of all. 0, minus 1, 1, 0. Oh, our answer is right, sir. This answer is right. Okay, then we go to the next question. They say transformation M is a reflection in the line x equals to 2. Transformation R is a rotation of 180 degree about 0, 0. The triangle A is mapped onto the triangle D such that RMA is equals to the D. Draw and label a triangle D. Okay. So when you write like this, RM of the A is equals to D, it means, first of all, A is your object. You do M on it. Whatever the image you get on that image, you apply R. Okay. So M will be done first, and then whatever the image you get, you apply R on it. What is M? M is the reflection in the line Y x equals to 2. And what is R? That is rotation of 180 degree about the 0, 0. So let me show you. I've done this. So here x equals to 2. So I will reflect that A in this line. So the reflection of the A will give you this triangle. And once you got this image, this is M. Then you apply the rotation of 180 degree about the region. So when it will rotate 180 degree about the region, you will get this. So this is the triangle D. So hopefully you understand. So let me check. The minus 1, minus 2, and 0 and minus 2 and 0 and minus 5. Let's see. So our coordinates are right, sir. On A, I did M, you got here. On this image, I will do the R. So I got here, that's the D. So this is how this is done. So there were 11 questions in this paper. So my dear students, we have completed this paper. This paper was May, June 2020. 2-2 paper. This paper 2 belongs from the zone 2. And I've tried my best to explain you the concepts. If you have a hard copy of this paper with you, and by playing this video and doing this in the paper, you will be able to understand it better. I have tried my best to explain you the concepts. I hope if you find this video interesting, and useful, and it has made your life little easier, please like this video, share the link of this video on onto your Facebook account and onto your Instagram and onto your Twitter account. And if you have any comment, please make that comment, because that is an appreciation for me. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing for me that I can make these videos in which we can touch the life of so many students around the globe. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good day. God bless you all.